All right, so when we are solving two-step equations, we're always adding or subtracting first and then multiplying or dividing. There is an example of an easy problem that you're used to where we add or subtract 3 first and then divide by 2. So now we're going to do some problems that have negative numbers. Let's say negative 5m minus 2 equals 13. What is my first step? Add 2. So that gives me negative 5m equals 15. And then divide by negative 5. So m equals negative 3. Very good. All right, let's get a little bit harder then. We're slowly working our way towards those hard problems. Let's do w over 2 minus 3 equals 5. What's my first step? Add 3. So that gives me w over 2 equals 8. And then I'm going to multiply by 2. Good. So w equals 16. Good. How about if we have negative 24 equals negative 10m plus 3. So now my variable's over there on the right-hand side, but my goal is still the same, to get that variable by itself. What is my first step? Minus 3. What is negative 24 minus 3? Good. Now what? Divide by negative 10. Some people have already realized, oh, this is going to be a decimal answer. Now, is it positive or negative? It's going to be positive 2.7. Okay. You can write 2 and 7/10. That'd be fine. How about this problem? Okay, so in this problem, w minus 7, the whole thing is being divided by 3. So this would be kind of one of those instances where we talked about the grouping symbols, where we usually think of parentheses as grouping symbols, but sometimes we have grouping symbols that look like this. Okay? The first thing that we'd want to do in this one is get rid of this 3. So we're going to multiply by 3 first in this type of problem. So that will leave me with my w minus 7 equals negative 36. We have to get rid of that 3 first. And then do add 7. Negative 29. Okay. Let's do one more. I'm going to give you forewarning about tomorrow's notes. They have a lot more examples, okay? This is my last example today. Now, my advice would be, if you have this mixed number and we know that we're going to need to multiply a number times the mixed number, I'd go ahead and change the mixed number to a improper fraction. What would negative 4.5 be as? Okay. Now what? Times 3. When you do a fraction times a whole number, all right, so you got to make that 3 over 1, right? And then multiply straight across. So what would it be? Negative 27 over 2. Then add 3. So some of you change this to negative 13.5. That's not a bad idea. Because some of you can go ahead and think negative 13 and a half plus 3. Negative 13 plus 3. If you're someone that kind of struggled with that, you always have this option. Let's see, plus 3 over 1 would be 6 over 2. Okay. Negative 27 plus 6 is negative 21. Negative 21 over 2 is negative 10 and a half. I know that we went pretty quick on that. All right.